Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done a sit down, just talk, have a conversation with you all. So that's what I'm gonna do today while I'm putting on my makeup, a little chapstick. So let's get started. This should be fun. This is my my primer right now. I don't have a primer I would prefer. They're just so expensive and it's a pandemic, so I figured why should I buy makeup right now? And luckily I bought some makeup before the pandemic, so I've only had to use it a few times since then, but that's how it goes, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply my makeup, and I think the last time I did makeup was when I had a prednisone face. And I was dealing with some self-confidence issues and really was feeling, I guess I should show, yeah, see, I'm running low. Obviously, this is going well. Luckily, like I said, I bought more before the pandemic. I used Fenty Beauty. Anyway, what I was saying was that I did a video back in the day, I think it was 2018, and I did it based on self-confidence because I was struggling with it at the time, and it can be like that when you are on prednisone and you have these illnesses and it changes your body, and it changed my face. So that's a throwback. It's actually one of my favorite videos that I did. So I don't know. I just had the idea to do this. I don't have as much time nowadays because I'm starting my new business adventure I mentioned, and I don't want to invade this channel with that. So I created a YouTube account for that. I haven't posted a video yet, but I plan on showing some of my experience with starting a business and just watching my progress. But yeah, this is actually one of the shirts from the line, I guess. I really like the green color, it's my favorite. But this one was actually a mess up. There's some issues with the shirt quality, so that's why I'm wearing it right now, and that's why this is my shirt currently. But anyway, back to us. So, wow, I'm putting on a lot. Usually I don't put this much on because that's what happens when you're talking and not paying attention. And again, I didn't say this yet, I guess. I'm not a beauty guru, so please, if you're on my channel for this randomly, I apologize. I don't have skills. I just have basic beauty skills from watching YouTube videos. We're not getting fancy around here. Sometimes it's nice to just put on some makeup and get dressed for the day. Many times it's tiring to do so, but it's always nice to make sure that, you know, you feel good in the skin you're in. And I think that's possible in your natural state and when you want to get all done up too. So whatever makes you feel best is what's important. For me, over the years, I have become more and more comfortable in my own skin. If you've probably noticed, many of my recent videos I film and post without any makeup on, and my skin has gotten better with age, and I also think with my diet, just being plant-based and not having dairy and as much sugar and all that, so I think that helps. But I think sometimes those skin issues going away does come with age, and sometimes it doesn't. So it all depends on your body and your lifestyle. That's why we shouldn't judge people. That's why we shouldn't judge, because sometimes people's bodies, my body, they don't want to cooperate, and that's not our fault, you know? So I hate when people pick on things that people can't change about themselves. I would say the biggest thing that I have been self-conscious about in my lifetime has been my height. And now that is obviously not a big deal at all. But for a long time, it was a big deal for me. And this is a very random placement of just, I use concealer nowadays for only under eyes and then brightening in areas. I don't know, maybe this is old school. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So my biggest issue was my height. I'm 6 feet tall, and I always had a hard time dealing with that. I'd get a lot of comments throughout school about my height and just a lot of different names. And they were all in more of a laughing nature, like, ha ha ha, you're funny. Not necessarily like picking on me, I guess, but that affects you and brings down your confidence. So I really struggled with that, and I feel as if as I got older, it got easier. In high school, it wasn't as bad, but I was still not confident about it. I didn't start dating until I was 19. Maybe my first date was when I was 18, but I didn't start really dating until I was 20, more so. So yeah, it was a struggle for me to feel my worth in that way, and just to deal with something that's not as common, being a tall woman. Now it's something that I embrace and I love about myself, and I think it makes it easier that I have Dave too, and he loves my height, and I just know that it's not worth fretting over and being upset about. I do notice in my videos my nose is a little crooked. It doesn't look so bad here, but sometimes I film and I'm like, whoa, what's going on there? But it's not something I would ever change about myself. That's not saying that people that do change certain things, I'm not saying anything against them, because it's your body, your choice, you can do what you want, and that's just how I feel in my case. I think that if changing something in your body makes you feel best, then that's gonna empower you, and that's what's important. I don't know what I'm doing here, y'all. I'm like, you're supposed to go up with the bronzer. I don't even know if bronzer is in like this anymore, but this is what I do just to get a little, some type of cheekbone, you know, in the comments, so I can interact and not be alone in sharing my journey and my feelings. This one's a little wonky. Let me know what your biggest self-confidence issue is currently, or one that you have overcome, and how'd you overcome it? What do you do to try to, you know, help that issue? Because it's a struggle. It's not easy, and we get in our heads. Sometimes we have these issues about ourselves, and no one else really notices them, and we're just really hard on ourselves. Self. I think that's another thing about myself, that as I'm older, I'm more not self-confident. I'm more, I wouldn't say it bothers me. It's more of a embarrassing thing. So my speech, I just have an issue pronouncing words and saying things correctly sometimes, and no matter how many times I try to remember, like I'll say subtle for subtle, or see, I just said it wrong. I'll say subtle for subtle. For nasal, I'll say nozzle, and these are just little things that my brain cannot remember. And my dad's like that too, so I get that from him, and it's kind of what it reminds me of is a dyslexia of the words. So for some reason, even though I know how it's correctly pronounced, if I don't really take my time and think it through, I struggle with it. So there's that. I've never really explained that feeling that I have about that specifically. I used to sub in high school, and I hated doing the, oh my gosh, don't laugh at what I'm doing right now, okay? I'm just trying to put a little color on my cheeks. I just started doing this. Watch, one cheek's gonna be pinker than the other. Well, yeah, I used to hate, I should probably wait till I'm done doing this, the attendance role when I subbed. I'm not doing it obviously because the pandemic right now, but I think that gave me a little color. I don't know, a little something. I really want to get the Selena Gomez one. But yeah, anyway, back to that. Used to hate doing the role because I would always pronounce, it give me a pretty simple name and my brain can't do it. I don't know. So that's embarrassing, and I hate it because I know the kids hate it, and I'm thinking about how they hate it, and I feel horrible that I say their name wrong, and yeah. So I struggle with my words. That's another thing I'm gonna mention to you all. So don't be embarrassed by whatever it is you struggle with, or things that make you you, because that makes me me, and it always gives my family a laugh, and just like my dad too, he gives us a nice little laugh as well, and it's who I am. So probably a good thing I didn't become a doctor. I'm not bad with medical words, actually. In my life, I've been pretty not too crazy. Actually, I've been a little crazy. I'll work my other job from home, which is only part-time. Only work anywhere from 16 to 20 hours a week, because I don't want to stress my body out. I don't want to overdo it. And when I did work more, I ended up getting shingles. So, seems that likes to happen. I need to learn how to control my stress better in certain situations. And the pandemic is not helping with that, if you know what I mean. It's a little awkward, this portion of it. I feel like I'm talking more concentrated. I put my mascara on, and now I just have to do my brows. But I just did that off camera because it's just a little easier, So now let's do these babies. And I think what I was talking about was just my daily life. So yeah, I work, and then now with this whole business adventure, I am starting to just be really busy. So I am working, and then I take a little break, I eat and do what I need to do, and then I go work on the business for a few hours, then I come down and cook, and then I go back up and I work the rest of the night, and then sometimes I get to relax a little with Dave, but for starting it, it's a lot of work. So that's been my life, and I'm actually really happy right now, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying being able to be creative, and just gonna fill these in a little bit. Be creative and to have that outlet. I think that I've always been a bit of a creative person in my videos, in my cooking, and not necessarily art, but I've always enjoyed creating things and DIY. So it just, I don't know, it made sense. And I wanted to improve my digital illustration skills, and that's what these designs are. I just wanted to keep it simple and easy, and that was my plan, and to give something for people with chronic illnesses to feel comfortable and beautiful in, and not have to feel like they have to be all done up. And that's what I like to do when I go to doctor's appointments. So essentially that's the thought behind it, and it's another way to try and give myself some freedom, financial freedom. Not like I'm, trying to make a bunch of money off this, but if I could have just a side hustle or something that can help push me over the edge from having to work these other jobs. It would be nice, and my hope would be to eventually, I can't right now because I gotta start the business and get it going, but hopefully one day I can start having a bit of the proceeds go to a foundation I really care about. But right now I can't do that until I start profiting versus being in debt. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So that's my life, and I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it, and I'm happy with it. And the only thing that can make it better is this pandemic going away so everyone can freely see their family and friends, and that people don't get sick. That would be the best. But all things take patience and time, right? So we can't expect it to go away in one day. I knew as soon as this thing started, that was not the plan. It was gonna be here for a bit. I didn't think this long, but you know, here we are. So another question for you all. How are you all handling the pandemic? How is it going for you? Has it been tough? Has it been the same? For some of us, we stay home anyway, so there might not be much of a difference. Finished up with the brows, and the last thing would be a little bit of highlight. So here we go. I hope you all enjoyed this video with me, and if you enjoyed it, of course, like the video. The main thing with liking videos is that it allows me to see what kind of content you all like and what you like to see. And I enjoyed this, so I wouldn't be mad if this is something that you all, my lips are looking pale, if this is something that you all would like to see more. And I had fun. It was relaxing, and I enjoyed talking about some things that I haven't thought about in a while. And I hope that you all let me know in the comments below your thoughts and feelings and your experiences, so I can feel, I don't know, like someone's there. Okay, I'm gonna go now. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you know when I post. And yeah, I'm just kind of all over the place with my channel right now, so let me know what you'd like to see, and hopefully I can get that going with a more specific type of deal. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but yeah, we'll see. All right, I'm gonna go now. Bye everyone.